We're particularly disappointed by the City of Vancouver's decision to not continue with being a living wage employer.
This is a decision that's going to affect families in Vancouver.
A Vancouver City Councillor says the majority of members voted to end its living wage certification policy, which required the city to pay workers the amount needed to support a family. A provincial organization set that wage at $24.08 this year for Metro Vancouver, and the City of Vancouver says it can't afford that.
The decision from Council that was released this week was to step back from being a certified living wage employer. I think it's really important that people who work for the City of Vancouver should be able to afford to call Vancouver home.
In a statement to City News, Mayor Ken Sims says in part due to the immediate impact the new living wage rate calculation would have on the pay structure for the rest of the city and the possibility the rate may be reduced in future years, Council decided to implement a fair wage approach based on a 5-year rolling average of the living wage rate, which will smooth out annual fluctuations for workers and contract employees.
No, I'm not convinced by that. I mean, the City of Vancouver prints its own money.
Warren Williams is with the union representing City of Vancouver workers from the Parks Board, the Macmillan Space Centre, the Vancouver Art Gallery, and more.
It's a massive municipality, and they have massive revenue sources. And so, no, I'm not buying that.
Anastasia French of Living Wage for Families for BC says while the 17% increase in the living wage is high, it's achievable.
City workers like cleaners and security guards, they were hoping that in May they would be brought up to $24.08 an hour, which is the current living wage. The city's decision to go with a 5-year rolling average, instead they're looking at $20.90 an hour.
Council voted on the decision in a private meeting and says more details will be released at the end of March.
That's one of the concerns that I have. There was no stakeholder input from either the unions or the public.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.